Hey guys, this is Ducky. Today I'm going to be coaching you guys at a Plat level. Before we get started, I just want to say if you guys would like to get free coaching, just leave a comment below and let me know. Make sure to put your Discord tag and I will add you and we can have free coaching. And I will make a video of it because I need content. But yeah, so yeah, this is going to be coaching at a Plat level. I'm going to be using a Haven. So yeah, I think one of my best videos is for Plat, coaching a Plat player, so I'm gonna kind of make that. I'm not really coaching them, but I'm coaching you guys, any Plat players out there, or anyone that's below Plat also could benefit from this. So, we'll start at A, as I usually do. So at Plat, people sometimes have quite good aim, sometimes people have really bad aim. The main thing you need to worry about in Plat is being more consistent, right? So this is going to be directed at Duelists as well at the Plat level. So yeah, what we really need to hone in on Plat is where is the enemy going? Where is the enemy going to come from? Are all the enemies going to come from the same spot? Or are they going to split up and attack different areas? Because Plat and people don't really, don't always coordinate as much as they should because it's Plat. But yeah, so think about that. Think about that. Think about how the enemy team has been playing in the past few rounds. If they have been playing split up a lot, then think about it, there's a good chance they're going to keep playing split up. If they've been playing coordinated, there's a good chance they're going to continue to coordinate and go to the same site. So if you're playing against a team that splits up a lot, you're going to focus more on playing like in an area like here, like in a easily rotatable spot so that you can have more impact. If you're playing against a team that is very together a lot, then you're going to stick more towards sites like this. This is the best way to play, is like on sites, but I'm just going to show you how to play here on Haven. So this is going to be from short. Some good spots for short. One is right here. For Plat, this is incredible. You will get away with this a lot. People will probably check this corner sometimes, but in Plat, not always. So use this spot to your advantage. As a duelist, you can push short. I'm not going to talk about pushing short. This is going to be more about Plat and what spots are good for Plat other than pushing. If you're a duelist that can get high ground like Raze, Jet, you can go up here. That's a really good spot to hold short from. Just make sure that you're not getting killed from long. Another spot you can sit is just back sight. You can jiggle here. See if they're long. You can jiggle short. And more than anything, you can just listen and see if they're coming up. Tell your team. And you can either fight or just run away. Another spot is Heaven. So Heaven is good only really when they're pushing into sight from like right here and here, because you can catch them whenever they're running onto site. They're not going to be looking at Heaven, most likely. There's a chance they can be, but if you hear them running in, make sure not to stand here. By the way, they can get spammed through that. You can sit on this side. People are less likely to spam here, but they can still be spammed, so be careful. But yeah, so you can kind of just listen whenever they're coming to sight. You peek, kill one, kill two maybe. Peek from this side, you're gonna want to hold short. If you peek from this side, you can get long. Long's a bit easier to get kills, but yeah, that's really kind of wrapping up A. I'm mainly trying to tell you guys how to predict where they're going. So if the enemy, let's just talk about like the psychology of the enemy team. So if the enemy team 5-man pushes on a gun round to a single site, and they completely get destroyed, what they're gonna do is probably not go there again. So if the enemy team 5 pushes A, they all die, and like only one person in our team dies, they're probably gonna go either mid to B, garage, or C. So you have like a 50-50 to predict where they're gonna go. So sometimes I usually just run to C after something like that happens, but we're gonna go to B here. So a way to play B is, by the way, that's the same. If they 5 push B and all die, then you go A or C, because think about it. If they all die on B, they are not going to go B again. There's a chance they can go B again, but even in Plat, there's less of a chance they're gonna go B because they just got violated. They feel like they're inferior on B side, so they're not gonna go B, at least for a little bit. And if they do, it's because someone says, "Guys, let's go B again." But whenever you get destroyed in a certain area, you naturally don't want to go there again. So if you sit here, this is a really good spot. I sit here a lot, especially if I'm playing like Reyna, because Reyna can't really get up here without like a Sage wall or something, or just like some crazy boost, I don't know. But This is a good spot only if you want to listen for mid, and or if you think they're pushing up B really quick. People, whenever you're peeking into B, you have to clear this. You have to be careful of here and here and here and here. So, you know, this is another corner you could be, but more than likely you're gonna get the kill on the first 1 or 2 people that run in. So, if you're playing Jet or Omen or whatever, you can go up here and here. High ground is really good to abuse, especially for Plat on B site. You can also sit back site, but back site's not really that useful because they're just gonna plant here, here, and then run away probably. Actually, Plat, they might not run away because Plats usually aren't that smart. That's not about smart, it's just about knowing what to do, I guess. But yeah, so say they get completely destroyed at B, you're gonna rotate to Garage, C, or A. But since we've already talked about A, we'll go to C and Garage. For Garage, this is a common corner to sit. This is fine corner to sit, but you know, you can play like an off angle. So that's sitting in this corner like this, because one, they can shoot you through this if they break the door. You can play an off angle like this. I've talked about off angles before. Basically, just don't sit in the corner. You sit out a little bit from the corner. Another spot is you can sit up, walk up right here, and just wait for someone to peek you. Get a kill. You can get dismiss or dash away, or do whatever your duelist does. Another spot is here. This problem with this is that you can be spammed, but this is a good cheat spot you can use like once, particularly in Plat, because people really don't like to check this. Even in Immortal, sometimes people don't check this. Probably the best place to play Garage from is here in window. So there's these sandbags you can jump on top of, and it kind of changes your headshot level, and it gives you a little bit of a better view into Garage here, as you can see. Because if you're standing like this is not where you want to be standing in Garage. You either want to be over here, kind of just listening and waiting. You can also spam this, by the way. As you can see, the door will get destroyed with enough shooting, but it's better to do that with like an Odin or an Ares. As you can see with an Ares, this will probably door will get destroyed much quicker. Yeah, so this is where I like this play though, because you can kind of let them, they kind of just walk in, they're clearing all their corners, and then they're gonna be walking up. Some people even jump into window and now expect you to be here. Some people might expect you to be here, but usually not until you show that you play this spot. So that's how to play Garage. People don't always push Garage, but sometimes it does happen, especially like a full team push can happen some of the time. So for C site, we have a few different spots. Some are more common than others. A good spot, you could play right here or here, depending on, this is good because, well, it's good assuming you have a teammate with you either in Garage or C. So if you have a teammate in Garage, you can sit here, wait for people to come out long, but this is kind of a risky spot because people do clear this quite often. If you have someone watching long from backside, you can hold Garage like this. You just have to make sure that they can't walk up stairs without you, because if you sit here and don't look into Garage, they can walk up into window, which means they could get behind your team and go anywhere, so you have to kind of be aware of that. And if for some reason you have someone on C and Garage, you can just sit in this corner and wait, kind of bait your teammates, but that's kind of not always the play, of course. So next spot, actually I'll talk about a really good spot here. Really good spot is back Plat here. I like to play this spot. The only problem is you can be seen from Garage. Your gun can be seen, so make sure you have someone Garage. If you want to play this spot, make sure you ask a teammate, your Plat teammate, to sit in Garage window, or just make sure that they don't push through like this without you at least getting a word of that information first. So the play here is to wait for them to kind of get close up long. You can wait till they're in cubby, catch one off guard, kill them, or you can wait till they're all running outside, and then this gives you a chance to get like 2 or 3 kills, because people, especially in Plat, will not check this corner religiously. Like, people will not expect you to be here. People might, some god might expect you to be here, but that's about it. Unless you played this spot in a prior round in the same game. This is gonna get you, just make sure you have trigger discipline. Trigger discipline is whenever you wait until you see a couple people run out, instead of just shooting the first person, because especially if you shoot the first person and you whiff, you don't even kill them, that's really bad, right? And then they'll expect you to be there and you can't really play the spot again. So instead you wait for 2 or 3 of them to run out, you kill them, If you don't get the rest of them, that's fine. You know, you did more than trade. That's plenty. Even if you just trade, it's you know, it's still a winnable round, but preferably you'd want to get more than one. Another spot you can play is kind of like right back here, kind of a little bit lower. People are aware of this spot in Plat, but it's not like again, it's not like they're checking it constantly, and it's not like they're always expecting to be there. Also, if you're sitting in this spot or there, make sure that you check for the dart. Dart can go like here, here, and Plat, who knows where it could go. Just make sure you're aware of it if the enemy team has a Sova. Another one of my favorite spots is right here. So instead of in the corner, I kind of play off. This is, again, you have to be careful of garage. If the enemy team smokes right here, in garage, in the connection from C to garage, you know there's almost 100% chance they're going to be fast pushing C. If you hear like one or two of them, you know almost all of them will probably be coming short after. And that also means that most likely they will not be coming from garage unless there's one lurker, because they smoked it. So you can play like this. This is also a spot that people don't always check, especially in Plat. So again, same strategy, just kind of wait for them to run up, get the 2 or 3, best case scenario, get an ace. Another spot is backside. This is good for if you have a Vandal or Marshal or an Op. There's not much to that, just kind of sit there, listen, jiggle. Another spot is logs. So yeah, this is the most, this is the site that I have the most spots for sure. But you can sit logs. This is another spot that Plat players won't always check consistently, so use that to your advantage. I'm gonna go to attack now. I'm gonna try to make this video a little bit shorter. So we're gonna go ahead and go over to A. Whenever we're attacking on A, what we need to be careful of, people in Plat are often restless, more so than in higher ranks, because I mean, I don't know why, but that's just my understanding. So make sure that whenever you walk up here, if you're not fast pushing, make sure you're holding short, because not if you're pushing, but if you just want to pick, you can just hold this. You can hold it from here, you can hold it from up here. Especially with a Vandal or Marshal or an Op, you can hold right here. And sometimes people will push that, especially if you know enemy players are pushing a lot, like frequently in the game that you're in. So just be aware of that. And then if you're just pushing, you can like run up to here. You can walk at some point. Make sure you clear to the right here. And then communication is extra important in Plat. Tell your teammates if you're going to push to a site. Tell your teammates what your plan is as a duelist, because you might think that your job is to just get kills, but your job is to entry, to open up the site for your team. That is the most important job of a duelist. If you just open up the site and don't get any kills, but your team gets the bomb down, you've done a good enough job to have a good chance to secure the round. So from here, you can walk up to the left. Make sure you clear all your corners. Careful of heaven. So like here, I would say, guys, I'm gonna walk out long. Make sure you get short control. So if no teammates are short, you have to be aware of short. But assuming you have teammates short, you can run up like this. You can run or you can walk. Again, it doesn't it does matter, but it depends on your playstyle. From here, a good spot you could sit is right here, and you can just kind of wait for people to run out CT, or you can wait for people to jump like up here or drop. And you can also sit hell. Again, I'm not gonna talk too much about this. It's kind of, you can play similar spots as you would on defense, just with a spike in mind, the planted spike. So for mid, we have mid window. We could peek from there, but peeking from window is not always the best play. But you can if you feel like you have better aim than the enemy team. It's doable. So here, what you can do is, I already broke the doors, but you can break the doors off the bat. You can do both with one clip from a phantom. It's really good because anyone that is close will be scared off a little bit. So just break all that, but make sure that you're aware right here. If you know people like to peek out a garage, you can like pretend you're breaking the doors, adjust your crosshair, and then kill the person that's peeking. That's a good strategy. Also, you can ping window. You can shoot through the broken doors to try to get a dink or something. Whenever you're running out here or up here, make sure you're aware of someone running out mid. They can also be on this side, so make sure you're aware of the push. But you can walk up here. You don't always have to break the doors, but make sure you clear here, because remember all the spots now that I told you on defense. Here, this corner, up here, could be there. You don't need to shoot that. Usually it's best to walk in garage. They can also be up here as kind of a common spot, just to kind of like hold you there. I usually like to walk into garage window because this, especially in Plat, people don't like to play garage for some reason. People just in like any rank don't like to play garage some of the time, but make sure that you know, take advantage of this if you are Plat or lower rank, because people will often leave this unchecked. You kind of just walk through, make sure that no one sees you. You can walk behind C or B, usually C, because then your team can push through garage like this or long, and you open up the site for your team. So that's very good. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to B now. So here, instead of going garage, we can go B. So instead we just walk up. Make sure we clear to the left of cubby here. Remember all the places I told you to sit on defense. So you check here, check high ground. Maybe try not to expose yourself to like everything at once, like right here. You can also just wait, see if they're gonna peek one of these. If your team's trying to get like a pick to open up something. As far as what to peek here, it's good to have your team smoke these two if you're gonna push, but as far as what to peek left or right here, it kind of just is a 50-50, so it just kind of depends. Like they could be here, 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 here. Usually it's more common people to go to the left, which is why I like to sit on that spot so much on defense. But yeah, so you just pick something. If there's no one there, you can run in. You can push through one of the smokes, or you can sit back site. Kind of up to you. You can also sit bottom mid and just play the bomb, which is also good. Playing spike is really, really smart. So yeah, see long. You come here. This is dangerous if they have some kind of sniper. So just make sure, because they can be on top, they can be here, back here, here. So just make sure you kind of jiggle. Jiggling is whenever you just barely expose. You can also jump spot. I'm not very good at it because I don't often do it, but basically you bait one of their shots out, and then you're free to kind of like reposition yourself and take a shot. But assuming no one's sniping, you kind of just run up. If you're Reyna, throw a flash. If you're Jet, you throw a smoke right here, dash into it, or make sure you're clearing everything up top here. This is another spot I didn't tell you on defense. You can sit up there if you have high ground. Yeah, you kind of just run out, clear everything, make sure that, and at this point you have control. Make sure you have garage control, because they can come from right here if your team doesn't have control of that. You don't need to push CT, it's not necessary pretty much ever, unless you're going for like an ace or something, but this is a good spot to hold. You can sit just default is really good. Make sure you have flank covered, like a Cypher trip or just someone watching it. This is good to sit. Make sure you're watching for Sova shock darts, but guys, that's going to be about it for this. There's more intricacies to this map, but those are the basics, especially for Plat. Some of these spots, mainly on defense, should really help you improve and get more like free kills. And as you start to do this, like play spots like these, you'll start to realize it's quite easy to outplay Plat players, and that actually Plat is not that good of a rank. So make sure you guys also drop the ego whenever you're playing. There's no point in having egos. I mean, at any rank, but especially in Plat, because Plat is not a particularly good rank. But in Plat, players are starting to get a little bit better, so I'm not trying to make you guys feel bad or anything about your rank, but just know you're on your way to become a good player, like a much better player, but you're not quite there yet. So, keep practicing, and you guys have a good day.